Today I'll be speaking from the Successful Club series, Finding New Members. You may have seen this before, and you may have actually given it yourself. And most often it applies to a regular club. But a lot of the information that is given in this sort of presentation doesn't apply to an advanced club. So I've adapted it for this club specifically, and I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. I don't think you've ever seen a presentation quite like this. Once it comes up, and if it fails, all the rest is moot because it depends on this presentation. Shall not be moved. So finding new members for our club. This is the canned presentation that Toastmasters International offers for anyone that wants to give this presentation. And I'd like to start out with the prepared material, a quote from our founder, Ralph Smedley. Let us share the benefits we have gained for ourselves with others. And why not? If I'm sharing it, I'm not doing it for your benefit, I'm doing it for me. Because if I get more accomplished Toastmasters in here, that means better evaluations for me, a better perspective, and ultimately a benefit, right? So that's the return on investment I'm getting right there. No, I'm kidding. I like for all of us to succeed through a mutually supportive environment. And let's start with the state of the club. If you've ever seen the Distinguished Reports page online, toastmasters.org, you'll see something like this. And this is our club right now. We have 3 accomplished goals. It's kind of messy, it's dark because I took a screenshot, so let me make it clear for you. We have 11 current members. With 2 more, once Carol and Jim are confirmed and in the system, that'll put us at 13, which you'll see is also, right here, the base we started with. Now, the purpose of my speech is not just to inform us how to find new members. I'm going to give us a call to action on what we can do to get new members. And specifically and minimally, we just need 5 new members, which will result in a total of 8 new members for the club. And what does that mean? We have plus 5, not 20, but we have plus 5 from the base. And we'd be a distinguished club, right? Woo! Moving right along. Have you ever heard of Blue Ocean Strategy? You may have seen it on websites. There's the advertisements. Let's see if you've seen this book before. Okay, Blue Ocean Strategy was written in 2005 by 2 individuals at the NC School of Business, and it's about how to create uncontested market space and make the competition irrelevant. And that applies for most regular Toastmaster clubs. They might be constrained by the Little Rock area. There's thousands of members over the age of 18 that can join their Toastmasters club. Let me give you an example of this. This is what an old wine bottle looks like. You see the chateau that's been stenciled there. You see all sorts of little itty-bitty details. And they put emphasis on how old it is, right? But this only really appealed to one market, which was red wine drinkers, nice red wine drinkers. Not even the entire wine market would buy it, especially not the beer drinkers like me. And for those that are always abstaining, the water drinkers, they're not going to touch it. So that was a red ocean right there that they were operating in. But if you've been into a wine store lately, you may have seen something, and you'll see it in grocery stores too, something that has come to dominate all of these markets and the people that represent those, and that's Yellowtail. They started out with a red Shiraz and a white Chardonnay, and they completely dominated the market and all these other markets because they adopted a Blue Ocean strategy. I wish I could say that we can do the same for this club, but unfortunately we're going to be operating in the red. But financially, I think we're still sound. Okay? Now, Blue Ocean strategy, like I said, is uncontested markets, no competition, standard Toastmasters clubs. We're a red market strategy because, red ocean strategy, because we are constrained by who we recruit from, other Toastmaster clubs, right? Unless there's some exception, but for the most part, we're in another Toastmasters club first before joining this one. And anywhere you see the red registered trademark symbol, that's going to represent a red ocean strategy that applies to our club. So we know our market and we know our constraints. The Little Rock area and the Toastmasters clubs therein. All right, there we are. Red Ocean strategy, let's move ahead. I've taken some of the bullet points that apply to regular clubs, and I've adapted them, changed them for our own club. You'll see it says talk to friends, relatives, and co-workers. We can't really do that. I can't invite my friends to come join this club if they're not Toastmasters already. This is the advanced club. So I say talk to other Toastmasters. First thing you do is visit clubs and give a speech. I think when people join this club, we ought to encourage them. Have a little asterisk at the bottom of the Toastmasters promise that says, in this club, we're going to visit 2 clubs per year and ask if we can give a speech. Some clubs are hurting for speakers. Okay? Their members are giving a speech every single week because they just don't have the members to keep it up. Volunteer as a target speaker during an evaluation contest, or volunteer as a guest judge during any contest, and get our name out there and spread the message about the Advanced Toastmasters Club. The other thing they recommend, Toastmasters International, is wear a Toastmasters membership pin every day. These little, what do you call these, lapels on your sports coat? They look pretty empty without a pin. I like the gold blue Toastmasters pin, but I say for our Red Ocean strategy for Advanced Club members, wear an Advanced Club badge, or if you're an area governor, I haven't gotten mine yet, but I haven't got it for 7 months, and I haven't got my badge. But wear something like that, okay? So that's something we can do in this club is have special badges just for us. The other thing Toastmasters International recommends is to display the Toastmaster magazine. I do this on my desk, and I put it on top of all the oil and gas and outdated engineering magazines in our lounge. But we can't really do the same thing because we would be targeting friends, relatives, co-workers. So I say, why don't we submit as a group an article to the Toastmaster magazine detailing what makes us stand apart from regular clubs. We have round-robin evaluations. I love those. We can give longer speeches. Okay, we've had 5 here, some of which were 10 minutes long. I've requested 15, and I might go longer. And I'm surrounded by distinguished Toastmasters. And even if the DTM hasn't been achieved yet, you are distinguished in my mind because you're here and are part of this club. We accepted you here. So that's my recommendation to use the Toastmaster magazine in our favor. The 4th point is distribute promotional brochures and flyers. I've seen us distribute things at different district training events, but do we have any well-designed glossy brochures like Toastmasters International has? I think we can go into Microsoft Publisher, which is standard with the Microsoft Office Suite, and design some pretty sweet forms. Okay? So when we do that, we'll take them to the clubs that we do visit, as I mentioned earlier, and to the district-sponsored training contest, and at conferences, especially the one held April 19th and 20th here in Little Rock. They recommend creating an account on a social networking website. Now, before I get into all the social networking stuff, anybody on Twitter? All right. Where are we located? Here's a map from the Toastmasters International website for our club. You can see that the Toastmasters emblem is on St. Vincent and Markham intersection. That's because that's where that populates after we enter the day for our club. But did you know we can go in there and manually move that to a more specific location? It's a small detail, I know, but the devil's in the details, right? So we can move that. It's a small thing. It takes a click of a mouse. We can break the free Toast 2.0 shell. Believe Richard set up the website. That's great. At least there's a link to go to, but it's just a shell right now. We can set it up, not necessarily use it. We can keep using these good-looking agenda forms here to make our agendas, but there's also tools on the free Toast website that we can use for making agendas. So I would recommend breaking the shell so it doesn't look empty. Members don't want to come here if they're going to see empty chairs, right?
Yeah.
I think we should create a YouTube channel for marketing purposes. I've got a video camera there. I'm recording myself for my benefit. You're not going to be online. Don't worry about that. Okay? And videotape a round-robin evaluation session. People may have never seen this, and it's pretty special. And also, when people want to join, they're thinking, well, what's the big deal? I already associate with other Toastmasters. Let's do member interviews so they can find out who they're going to be speaking Finally, just be a living enjoy Facebook. Get on there. That's where everybody else is these days. Let's create a page and just put some information up there so that people can find us everywhere. Because if you're not present, you're absent. So these are the bullet points that I've adapted from the standard presentation. But now, I want to get into the meat and potatoes, stuff I really like. So swimming in the red ocean. How can we compete against the Blue Ocean Toastmaster clubs? Well, I looked at a little bit of information. There are 18 clubs in the Little Rock area. 12 meet at noon, 4 in the evening, and 2 in the morning. Of those, only 2 meet on Thursdays. I'm excluding Hot Springs and Pine Bluff, but I am including Conway and Benton Bryan area clubs. One meets at noon on Thursday, the other in the morning. So I think we're well situated to recruit new members to this club. I think this is a good time. There are no other competing factors, or if there are, they're quite minimal. Okay? So that's good. We don't have to worry. We don't have to rebrand in terms of where we're meeting or when. Now, who are these Red Ocean swimmers, the 18 clubs? Here they are listed in alphabetical order. And the ones that are highlighted are clubs that have over 10 individuals who have at least a CC or equivalent, maybe an able Toastmaster from back in the day, advanced Toastmaster achievement. Those that have 10 or more in their clubs. And I've removed all the duplicates so the numbers aren't inflated by our own membership here. Okay. The important thing to note is that there are 116 eligible members to join this club right here. Now let's break it down. Who are these people out of this column? There's a plurality of 40 members who have been in Toastmasters over 10 years, at 10 years or more. The next group is 4 to 9 years, averaging about 6 individuals per year that they've joined. And then it goes back up. Those that have been in Toastmasters for 1 year, there's 12 people. Those with 2 years in Toastmasters, there's 10. And those that have been in Toastmasters for 3 years, 17 individuals who have at least a competent communicator or more. So they're eligible. But nobody that joined in 2012 got a competent communicator and is eligible. Unfortunately, that should be a message to our district officers that something should be done. At least those that joined in January and February, they can get some switches done, right? Now here's how we cast a wide net into this red ocean. I say step 1, 2 weeks before a meeting, so this will be for our March meeting. Let's draft individual letters to the 116 members, and preferably snail mail. If it's too expensive or we don't want to go that route, we can send emails. Hopefully they'll come to the March meeting. We'll get people to join, have membership applications on hand, and 5 done. But if not, we'll go to step 2. 2 weeks after the first meeting, which is probably 2 weeks before the April meeting, 4 weeks apart, right? We'll follow up with the no-shows by email and invite them to the next month's meeting. The meeting occurs, and we get back with them again. 2 weeks after that meeting, after the April meeting, preparing for the May meeting, we'll follow up with the no-shows via phone. Postal, email, phone, and all along the way, we want to document why are people not showing up, or why they say they can't come. Maybe they have class, but they'd like to join in the summer or the fall. We need to keep a record of our potential clients. If you're familiar with customer relationship management software at all, this is what we're going to do. Treat these 116 individuals as potential clients. And I estimate that it would cost about $70, and it's all from the postal snail mail. Okay, so if we have the funds and we want to vote on it and do that, we can definitely send this out. And we have 3 weeks because we're meeting a week before our regular time because it's Valentine's Day, as Greg reminded us. But that just takes care of the easy fish at the top. How do we dive deeper into the red ocean? Weekly reports. As members earn their CC, we can find that information out using this link. And I've been doing that with Richard. I send him the emails once every Sunday. And
Every Sunday.
we see who over the week has earned a CC. And then you can repeat steps 1, 2, and 3. It's really cool. They get their Competent Communicator Certificate. I remember I was so excited when I got mine. I had one that sent to my boss, and imagine these individuals getting their CC certificate, and then also a day or two later, they get something from us that says, congratulations, we'd like to invite you to join the Advanced Club. Okay, so let's capitalize on that excitement. But what about, there's one group of people that can't be caught. If they're current Toastmasters that transfer in from another district, we can run a quick report to find out who those individuals are, and also welcome them to the district and encourage them to join our club. If they're someone like, I think, Keyshore, one of our district leaders, who transferred in from a different district before he joined District 43. This is a standard page, standard presentation material, and I'm not going to go through these too much, but greet guests at the door. We can do that, right? I think we do that. Sit with the guests during the meeting, speak with the guests after the meeting, invite them to after-meeting socializing, and ask the guests to visit again, preferably with some physical material in their hand. But now we get to guest management, follow up. I love that Carol shared her experience. She said why she came back was because when I gave a speech 2 months ago, I believe it was in December, I enjoyed Carol's evaluation and her sage advice, and also the round robin comments that she had. And so I just wanted to send her an email and say thanks. We don't have to be as sincere every time. We can do it systematically with anybody who visits, okay? But it adds a personal touch. And perhaps that could be incumbent upon the Vice President membership to do that. I forget who that is now, but everybody can take a look at their agenda and get the same. All right, yeah. We can call to arrange a meeting role for the next meeting. You can't do this in a regular club because they might still have stage fright, fear of public speaking. But we're recruiting current Toastmasters who have at least achieved the CC. So we can call, say, you haven't joined, but would you like to evaluate me? I'd like for you to evaluate me for the next speech. Get them to come back and have a reason to. And if we use the Free Toast Toast website, you can use a standard email, which is guest at whatever your domain is, .org or .com. And there's automatically an unsubscribe link there, so people won't get pestered and won't give us a bad name if they choose to opt. Okay, so that's how we manage our guests. Keep it personal. Always keep the club's members' efforts personal, helpful, and friendly. I think that goes without saying. I'm not going to elaborate too much as I'm running out of time. The Toastmasters International ends with this quote from Homer: "A guest never forgets the host who had treated him kindly." I had a guest in Little Rock Toastmasters Club, my home club. Second time he visited, I said, "Hey, Paul." Later, I found out, 6 months later, that that's why he joins, because I remembered his name. Where did you again visit last week, right? No, it was, "Hey, Paul, glad to see you." So, with that, who's ready to join me in the Red Ocean?
Go. I'm ready.